Hello, boys and girls, Mental Gen and Dailies. This is Cartoon Conversation, your host Elliot Katch and Jordan Stein, bringing you the top tier talk of the town. That's a lot of alliteration right there. I should deserve a
I really
medal.
liked it. I was impressed.
Yeah! Bring on the dancing ladies for me. Come on, let's do it.
Poets don't get dancing ladies, Elliot.
Oh.
Poets get,
Damn.
polite pats on the back.
Oh.
And maybe, $10 slipped.
Edgar Allan Poe got a lot of depression and then died.
Yeah.
So there's that.
You know how much money he made off The Raven?
Nothing.
$9.
He made absolutely jack shit.
One of the greatest poems in American history.
Yeah.
He made $9.
He made a boatload of who gives a crap.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Poor guy. So.
So back to the
on to the DC universe. Today we go to hell. But not literally, because they call it Tartarus for some reason.
Right. Well, it's Greek hell.
Yeah, but Greek hell isn't really hell. Okay, so our question now is, what is the theology of hell in the DC animated universe? So,
I love this question.
I'm gonna give you I'm gonna assume you know the Christian version of hell. If you live in America, or really anywhere, you probably have a good idea of the Christian version of hell. So, the Greek version of hell wasn't really hell. Sinners weren't punished there. It was just kind of boring. It was kind of like purgatory in Christian theology.
It was just kind of boring.
Well, it was. It was just this empty place where you went after you died, and it was underground, and it was dark, and it was ruled by Hades, who was kind of cranky, but it wasn't evil.
God, hell is so boring nowadays. I am barely being tortured for my sins here.
Yeah, the torture is definitely second rate ever since they put the new guy in charge. But
who's the new guy?
You know what the politicians are like. It's I want to win the tortured vote. So continuing on.
Oh my god.
So Hades was just like a place you went when you died. It wasn't pleasant, even if you were a good person. In the Odyssey, Odysseus talks to a very famous Greek hero whose name is escaping me. He was the main guy in the Iliad.
Oh, right.
He talks to him, who was a great hero. He's clearly a good guy. In Greek mythology, he would go to heaven if there was a heaven. And he goes, I see you're basically in charge of Hades now. You're so powerful there because you're the strongest fighter. No one will challenge you. And he goes, no, I would rather be a slave on Earth than a king in Hades.
Wow, that's very much like the opposite of, what do you call it?
Christian theology?
No. What was it called? Crap. Not Watership Down, no. Apocalypse Now? One of the books where you talk to Satan, or it's about Satan, and he says, he would rather be a king here than serving in heaven.
Oh, that's Paradise Lost. Watership Down's about the rabbits.
I'm just like, wait, what?
Watership Down is about rabbits.
I know that. That was just I was just like, that's not right. That was
Paradise Lost, yes. I would rather rule in hell than serve in heaven.
Yeah.
So that's more the Christian view.
Yeah. But I do remember that guy, because I remember he was, Odysseus was trying to talk to him all nice and shit, and he was just like, fuck off, I hate being here, this sucks. It's this sucks, man, I fucking hate it.
He was a little whiny. Achilles. Well, I can't believe I forgot Achilles.
You were in hell.
So yeah, he talks to Achilles. Okay. Very sorry for that, viewers with intelligence. That was really an affront to intelligence.
Oh, right, that was Achilles?
It was Achilles, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, Achilles was a whiny bitch.
He was not.
God. He was such a whiny bitch. Did you ever read the story with him and what's his other name? The guy that ran their troop?
Agamemnon.
Yeah.
I read the Iliad less than a year ago.
Agamemnon took his prize, which is the woman that he apparently stole.
Okay, his prize was his wife. I wouldn't be too happy if somebody stole my wife.
But where does he go? Who does he go to? He goes to his mom, and he says, Mom!
His mom is a god!
They took my woman, and now I'm sad.
Most people go to their family when they're distressed.
It was...
And she's a god.
I don't know. It was just like a lot of whiny meh.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
It was a lot of whiny meh.
So,
excuse me, I burped. I actually talked about it in college, like how pathetic they made him look in that fucking scene.
I thought it was pretty reasonable. Especially when you consider that was what virtue was back then. You know, at one point he's given the choice about whether he wants to live forever in the lives of men and die young, or live to a ripe old age in obscurity. And he chooses to live in the minds of men.
Oh yeah, because it's what is it? It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Well, because you live forever.
You want to die a warrior's death.
1,000 generations will know his name.
Sort of, not really.
I think if you talk to almost anybody in the world, they'll know who Achilles is.
Almost anybody in the world. How specific?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's one of the most well-known figures in literature.
Achilles?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I would completely disagree. But that's not why we're here, Jordan.
Yes, that is not why we're here. That is a sidetrack. So, the DC... We were talking about hell. And the AU version of hell is kind of in between that Christian, you're being punished for your sins, and Hades, everyone goes there. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to get straight into the breakdown. We open on Tala, who I previously referred to as Cadmus's magic department head.
Oh, yeah.
In her dungeon, her and her mentor, Felix Faust, who is trapped in a mirror, are talking about the problem of the Annihilator. They're trying to get rid of its weakness, which is if you don't fight it, it stops fighting.
Yeah.
So, Felix Faust says she still has more to learn. There's kind of this affectionate sparring between them with some serious undertones of aggression. It's kind of like a fun dynamic. So these two like each other, perhaps more than anyone else, but they would still stab each other in the back for their own benefit without a second thought.
Yeah, I loved Felix Faust just kind of like chilling out there, and he's just talking down on her so hard. It's very cute.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly likes her. He just thinks he would think nothing of killing her if it benefited him.
That's it's a very differing kind of way to think there, Jordan. He clearly likes her, but he would totally fucking kill her in a second.
So,
just sigh, whatever.
Their relationship is complicated. So
complicated with murder.
He doesn't murder her. So Felix Faust tricks her into trapping herself into the mirror, and he goes into the Annihilator. She trembles in fear as the Annihilator approaches, but Felix Faust just straightens the frame.
I love that! Oh my god, I love that scene! That was so funny! I 100% thought he was gonna, after he said it, be like, oh, that was bothering me for years.
Yeah.
just like say something funny. Oh,
that would have been great, but they play it totally straight.
Yeah, he just totally
That's actually, they're setting up a big 3-beat here. Because this is the first one. And basically it's just his overconfidence that it probably would have been smarter to smash the mirror. Well, she's a danger.
She is, yeah, but he's got the suit of mega power. He doesn't need shit.
Fair enough. So, I'm not saying some overconfidence isn't justified. I'm just saying it is overconfidence. So, he straight into the frame, and she looks kind of strangely betrayed as she watches him go.
Strangely betrayed. I wonder, could it be because of the fact that her mentor just trapped her in a mirror for all of eternity? Who knows?
Well, turnabout is fair play.
Yes, but emotions tend to fly off the handle when things happen immediately.
Yeah. So then we hit our credits. Now we open on the Watchtower. Wonder Woman and Flash are having lunch in the world's strongest mess hall. Wonder Woman wants to hear about all of Flash's day, who had a busy month in Central City. But the talk is interrupted because Flash, quote-unquote, also had plans.
I sure did, quote-unquote.
With Hawkgirl. It's pretty obvious that the Flash is just trying to get them together.
I love that.
Or at least on speaking terms.
He's just like, oh, was today Tuesday?
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Didn't at all.
Yeah. So he's invisible to no one. So in this scene, we actually get the best and worst of Flash, I think, here.
What do you mean?
He's so kind-hearted and well-meaning, trying to get them together.
Okay.
But he's kind of naive, and it's a little bit patronizing to think that the power of his smile is going to bring them back together.
Well,
and he can just solve them all.
Yeah, now I understand what you mean when you say best and worst. It's in a way like we know he's very good-hearted and he means well, but he's just not very smart at it, and he's totally a doof.
Yeah, he's without a doubt on the side of the angels. But he could use some finishing.
I'm sorry, what?
Finishing. Like, finishing the job.
Finishing.
Doing the nice...
like molding?
Yeah.
He needs to be put back in the kiln.
No. Molding is like completely recasting something. Finishing is just like, polishing up and putting a shine on it. So, it fits with him sort of as the heart of the team, though. That he tries to work on morale and bring people together. But he then makes the mistake of saying that they're alike. And they're both offended. And they don't even make an attempt at reconciliation. So, yeah, doesn't really work. Although I will say, Wonder Woman has pretty legitimate reasons for hating Hawkgirl. Just gonna say, the whole
what are you talking about?
secret agent in the invasion of Earth thing, totally not okay.
Nah.
So, like, Superman forgave her, that's great. Green Lantern forgave her, that's great. It makes them better people to forgive them. But it doesn't make Wonder Woman a bad person for not forgiving her. That's a legitimate emotion to be feeling about having your planet invaded.
I don't know. I just absolutely adore the fact that they like sit there and they're like, oh, you guys have so much in common, and the first thing that they do is say the same thing.
Yeah, they say exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and then if you look at their food, they're also really close to eating the same thing too.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it? She was like, pasta's good today. It's the sauce. It's just like, I love you both.
Yeah, it's a good scene. It really, one of the best maxims I've ever heard is, we hate most our own faults in others. They have a lot of the same problems. And part of the reason I think they dislike each other is because they are so similar. But that's absolutely not what you tell people. So then Flash makes a joke about having dinner with two girls at once, which has some not so great feminist implications, considering how patronizing he just was. But
it was all in good faith.
It was fine. Everything he's done has been in such good faith. That stupid joke is totally forgivable. It's fine. So I think it's okay. Wonder Woman stalks off, and she sees Martian Manhunter restraining Etrigan, who warns that Tartarus is in chaos, although not in verse for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't speak in verse.
Well, no, because he was swapping back and forth from demon to human, that's why.
I'll accept that. So
I think he was about to put it in verse, but then he was just like, oh shit, oh god, this hurts.
Yeah, I'm accepting that. So he only does the first half of poems.
Yeah.
And so we just don't hear the rhyming couplet. Okay. So Martian Manhunter says that all the magical members are in pain. Zatanna especially affects Wonder Woman, maybe because of how Zatanna saved her and this little piggy. Maybe they're close. I don't know.
I feel
I like to think so.
I don't know.
It'd be nice because the feminist implications of her having at least one close female friend in the League are much better than if her only real relationship in the League is her hatred of Hawkgirl.
I just kind of I assume it's she has a bit more because like she understands Etrigan and like understands that he's he's powerful and he can take it, but she doesn't really know Zatanna, and she's currently talking backwards, so like she's just like freaking out.
Yeah, but for some reason it doesn't do magic. I don't know why that is.
Well, because like her body's all fuckled up.
Whatever. I'll accept it.
I'll accept it again.
So, Wonder Woman goes to a room where Hermes, who by the way looks and sounds just like the Flash.
I love her. Really? I didn't get.
Don't you think he
voice.
sounds just like the Flash?
I didn't get the voice from being the Flash. No.
I got the voice. Like she even confuses him for the Flash.
Well, yeah, she does.
I
get that. The
I
original Speedster. I liked that part.
I think that brings up some pretty cool theological questions, actually.
Why? What do you mean?
So, Hermes is the
Hermes
patron god of speed, among other things. He's the messenger of the god.
Yes.
And does that mean he's the god of the speed force? Does he tap into the speed force? Is that where his power comes from?
Well, the way he disappeared, I would say no.
I would agree with you, because he kind of shakes out and then disappears. So I would say his power probably comes from something else. Which, does that theoretically mean that there is a way to access Flash-like speeds through the power of Mercury?
Through power of the Spurred First?
Yeah. I think that's a question that'd be interesting. That it would be within the framework of the DC universe to do a non-Speed Force speedster.
A non-Speed Force speedster.
Yes.
Do they not have? I mean, what about, what is his name? Inertia? I think.
Taps into the Speed Force.
He does?
Yep. All of them do.
Oh.
Except for Mercury. So, theoretically, you might be able to tap that source into a suit or something. I don't know. I think you can do something cool with it. If I ever write a DC comic, which will never happen, I might try to do something with somebody tapping the powers of the Greek gods. I think that'd be cool.
I do this. I feel like that would be cool, yeah. I totally agree, Jordan. I was paying attention.
Yes, thanks, Elliot. So, so yes, I think that'd be a question. So, also, is Tartarus only for humans or Atlanteans and not Thanagarians, and what is it? And Themyscirans, sorry, Wonder Woman's people. Or is it only for Themyscirans, or who goes to Tartarus?
People that, I don't know, fucking, what's his name, hates the shit out of.
Do Martians go to Tartarus when they die?
I would assume no.
Will Martian Manhunter? Or will he go to the Martian version of Tartarus?
The Martian version of hell.
Also, is there a gate to Tartarus on every inhabited planet?
He's an illegal alien, Jordan. He doesn't have a soul.
That's another question. Do other species have souls?
I feel like it's just for Earth. Maybe. They also, if we're gonna go that far, you might as well save your point for later with the whole, that one thing that they make.
You're right. There's that guy. We'll talk about him later. So that's going to answer some of our theological questions here.
Crazy, stupid one.
Okay, so Hermes delivers the message and slips in something that he's getting hit on. Okay?
Oh, right. Oh, who was it with? And it was in like a bathroom fucking wall quote.
So it was for a good time call.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but it was a nymph or like a minor goddess.
Oh, look at us with our really appropriate and factual information. I was really hoping that he would like show it off or something.
Yeah.
It's like, for a good time call, are you kidding me? And it's her cell phone?
Yeah, gods have cell phones. That's an interesting thing.
That was another thing. These writers are just fucking around. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they didn't think through some of that. But
Yeah,
I think that's kind of awesome. I'm imagining Zeus is a total boss with his iPhone. He's like typing 1,000 words a minute. He's awesome.
He's got Zap app, which sends lightning bolts to sinners and other giants and whatnot.
Okay, so basically what happened is that Wonder Woman needs to go to Tartarus to stop Felix Faust, who has expelled Hades from Tartarus.
He's fucked him up.
Hermes also explains why the magic users are in pain, and says she has to do it because this is a direct order from the gods. So Wonder Woman goes to her sword and shield, but she only grabs the shield. She then sneaks into Hawkgirl's room, using her security override code 003.
Yeah, we find out that there's one of those, huh?
Okay, so one, all it takes to override it is to say 003.
Well,
that's like the worst security ever.
No, she said a whole bunch of stuff before that.
Did she?
Yeah, she was like, authorize, secure under something, bullshit.
I think the password was just 003. But that's fine. Maybe it requires her voice and stuff. Whatever. Yeah, I'm going to assume it just requires her voice. But the bigger deal is that it is 3 digits long. That means there are 100 members in the league. You can kind of see why the government is worried. I don't know. I thought that made sense. So
I'm still thinking about that. The whole, like, in the voice thing. I don't know.
Also, it's kind of cool because she's 003.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Trinity is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Oh,
and
really? You think it was it's Batman's first and not Superman?
I think at one point they say Superman is 002. Let me look. So yeah, Superman's code is revealed to be 002.
Oh.
Martian Manhunter is 004 and Flash is 006. So we'd assume Batman is 001.
Oh, then who's 005?
You build the giant spaceship, you get 001.
Yeah, you get to be the first number.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
You build the giant spaceship, you get to be the first number. I like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So regardless of that, she goes in and steals a fucking thing, which is just like a no-go right there.
Yeah, tisk tisk. Didn't your mother ever teach you that stealing is wrong?
She steals. Also, like, that was another thing. I totally would have thought, what is it, Hawkgirl would have just, like, walked around with that. Not just kind of leave it there.
I think she usually does. My impression is she was in the bathroom. Not away.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, she like went to the bathroom and then came back.
I guess so. I don't know, it just kind of doesn't seem plausible. Like your face. Ooh. I don't know. No, I'm just like, because that's the one thing that you have that
and wings.
No, I'm not like that. That's the one thing that you have that's like your tie to your homeland. That's nth metal. You ain't gonna find that shit on Earth.
Yeah, that's fair. So I think the Watchtower is a pretty safe place. So that I didn't mind. So she's trying to steal the nth metal mace, which works on magic, and when she's caught, she resorts almost to begging for the mace, and I see Hawkgirl's kind of moved by the by it, and so she agrees to go with Wonder Woman, but not lend her the mace because there's just no trust there.
She understands that it's important, and is really just kind of like being a dick to Wonder Woman at this point. Just like saying, you need me, so you're gonna have to do the shit that I want you to do. But I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it up anyway because I know it's important.
Yep. So she agrees to go with Wonder Woman, but not lend her the mace. So Wonder Woman, in a moment of maturity, doesn't wince at this, and this is a good conversation. Seriously. Just pretty
what
good.
What do you mean?
So, Wonder Woman...
You're just saying words. What do you mean this is a good conversation?
I thought they showed a lot of maturity there. Like, there was kind of some growth considering how childish they were the first time. And then this time they showed some real growth.
Like in understanding?
In acting like adults.
In acting like heroes.
Yeah, in acting like heroes.
In knowing, when the chips are down and what needs to be done.
Yeah. So, I did that. And I was really roundabout there because I can't read my notes right now. So, that's what happens when you write shorthand. Wonder Woman says she's forgiven Hawkgirl about the whole causing Earth to be invaded thing. It's totally okay. So they're in the invisible plane right now, I should say. And they're flying, and every moment in the invisible plane is just fantastic. Maybe it's a secret third power of the invisible plane.
What do you mean?
It's invisible, it flies, and it creates awesome conversations. So
it makes everyone really great about everything.
Wonder Woman starts with the world's most awkward conversation starter. Which is that she's totally forgiven Hawkgirl. And I totally believe it. So,
I love that.
Hawkgirl points out the obvious.
It was just like such a crap thing for her to say. She's like, yeah, no, I've totally forgiven you. And it was just so deadpan when she did it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I forgive you.
Yeah. Well, that was great. And then Hawkgirl goes, I didn't ask for your forgiveness.
Right.
Which is great. It's just a great double meaning. Because you can take it to mean she's just firing back at Wonder Woman. Or you can take it to mean that she still hasn't forgiven herself. And she still feels horrible about how it went.
I didn't think about that, actually.
So, I really liked that scene there. Everything in the invisible plane is fantastic. So, on Paradise Island, demons are invading. So, they might need a new name.
Like paradisey anymore.
Yeah. So, also, we get a scene where Felix Faust, basically in the Annihilator body, just runs through and kind of throws them to either side.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't kill anyone, which is another sign of his overconfidence. Now we have the second beat of our 3-beat there, which reinforces his overconfidence. And once again, though, it doesn't hurt him at all or have any negative repercussions. So, moving on. So, Hippolyta is leading the Amazons. Hippolyta is Wonder Woman's mom. She's leading the troops and personally fighting against some of the demons. As the Amazons struggle to keep the gates of hell closed. Wonder Woman saves Hippolyta and knocks the demons back to hell temporarily. Then they discuss the situation.
Gonna knock these demons back to hell.
In the previous series, Wonder Woman had been banished for running away. So
isn't that kind of ass backwards?
Yeah, so Hippolyta's been, to say the least, she's kind of hurt about it. As is any mother whose daughter runs away. She's hurt, but she's mostly glad to see her daughter. She loves her daughter, and the animation does a very good job here. And the voice acting's also pretty good. By JLU standards, it's not great, but...
with What's Her Fuck.
What'd you say?
I said I was very convinced with What's Her Fuck.
Hippolyta?
Yeah.
Yeah. She also gives Wonder Woman a power boost, which looks pretty cool. It's like, it's one of the title things of the show that you see a lot. It's all of her armor glowing. It's cool. So, yeah, she asks how she's going to use it, and Hippolyta goes, "Don't worry, you'll know." Which is code for this episode is running long.
That's the most useless goddamn thing in the world.
No, it comes up. Magic. She gets the truth power of her magic lasso.
But it's just like it's just so nonsensical.
It was stupid. It was stupid. She should have had the power all along, but they hadn't given it to her, and they realized that she needed it for their storyline, so they wrote in something stupid, but they didn't have time to do it properly. Because this, I am headcanoning this to a really nice moment between mother and daughter. Because you don't have to add too much to make this nice.
I don't know. I'm just really pissy about the the literary technique in not telling anything. It's so dumb, you know? It's just like...
I think it would have been better if it's like, if she was like, you're stronger now, and
it's like,
your lasso can make people tell the truth.
Yeah, like, what does your power do now? That's all you really needed to say.
Yeah. It would have been 2 seconds, but they were running long, so they cut it. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's
a whole lot of fuck it.
You gotta headcanon it in what it should have been. But it's fine, because I did that. So...
They, like 5 minutes later on in the show, they explain it. So, like, you know, whatever.
It would have been better to do it at the time. But better late than never. So, Hippolyta then turns to Hawkgirl and asks her to keep her daughter safe, which is really sweet. Hawkgirl actually compliments Wonder Woman, which it's hard to say if that's a reconciliation or just Hawkgirl being nice to a mother.
Well, she says, like, what does she say? Like, I'm stronger than her, you know, because I can kick butt and she can't, so fuck off or something.
Like she's almost as strong as me or something. It was a compliment.
It was more of just, like, kind of an admitting, not a compliment. It was like, you know, I know she's Wonder Woman, but don't worry, I'm fucking Hawkgirl.
Yeah, there is not a
Hawkgirl.
doubt in my mind that Wonder Woman would beat up Hawkgirl.
Very much so.
Like, of the two, I mean, Wonder Woman is not nearly as powerful in this show as she is in other incarnations, but she would definitely beat Hawkgirl, even in this incarnation.
Alright, yeah.
So...
she would punch the shit out of Hawkgirl so goddamn good, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, it wouldn't be close. So, but it fits Hawkgirl's character to say she's almost as strong as me. So they fly into Tartarus, they fight some demons for a bit, until Hawkgirl says she's an angel, and threatens them with God.
Right! There we go! Here's the fucking thing right here. Right here. So, they're in Greek hell. They're in Tartarus. Right now. This is the thing they're in. This is the thing they're doing. This is what's been, you know, understood. Why are they talking about Christian hell?
Yep. Well, because here's the thing. Also in Hades, sinners aren't punished.
It's just like...
so...
It's like, why?
Yeah, sinners aren't punished in Hades, so they wanted to... because in the version of hell that American children know, they wanted there to be sinners punished. So they're like, okay, we're going to make this like half Christian now. And so there's a god. So here's my theory about how Tartarus came about. So there was a god in heaven, a Christian god.
This is just some shit going down right here.
And there were some
You're
Greek
trying
gods.
Very hard to explain this.
Yeah, and there were some Greek gods. And the Greek gods were like, hey, hi, God. You're cool.
Hi, God?
Yeah. We're gods too. So, and God was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Hi.
And so God continues doing his own thing. Creates the Garden of Eden. And then there's the whole Satan thing. And previously, Satan had been running hell for God. But after the whole apple of knowledge of good and evil thing, that whole Paradise Lost disaster, he switched contractors to Hades. And that's why Hades runs hell. You just didn't comment at all on that.
Sorry. I was coming back.
So, I told my theory about why Hades runs Christian hell. So...
sorry, I was off doing some shit.
Okay, that's fine. So, I also think that the idea of there being a god...
Literally everything you just said, I'd be totally down for that.
No, it's fine. I'll go on to my next theory of theology.
The viewers can get that one.
So, basically my theory of how this superhero world works is that there is a god. And that's why everyone is so good or so evil. Because it's logical that if you're going to go to hell anyway, you might as well live every minute. So if you're going to be evil. Like, go all the way. And if you're going to be good, you want to be as good as possible because you're trying to get into heaven. So that would kind of cut out the middle where most of us in the real world live.
But you could just look like a total swag boss and be like that, a whole part of that. And just be looking like an angel, which is what goddamn Hawkgirl did.
Yeah. So, I think there's some cool theology stuff there.
She totally cheated.
Yeah. So, they fly along after that. Hawkgirl wants to save Hades, but Wonder Woman hates Hades. So she wants to find Felix Faust and take care of him. Hawkgirl then points out that this is Wonder Woman's mission, so they go to stop Felix, and Wonder Woman is just clearly letting her anger with Hades cloud her judgment.
Oh yeah.
Big mistake.
Oh yeah.
So
it's like, well, you gotta understand what shit happened back then. He's like, she very much like says it too. She's like, did you see what he did to my mother?
Yeah.
And all that. She totally said it in that very deep and like guttural voice too. I'm doing a very good rendition of her.
Yeah. So she is not happy with Hades. Hades did something to her mother. Very bad. So.
Yeah, it's bad.
Also, there's the whole Hawk and Dove incident. Probably not a lot of love lost from that either.
Right. That was very much a different looking... That was Ares, not Hades.
You're right, it was Ares. Sorry.
Duh.
My mistake.
Duh. How could you be so foolish?
I don't know, that was actually pretty stupid. So,
how could you be so naive?
So...
Everything is ruined, Jordan.
Yeah, so they fly on, and they find 3 demons.
3 of them.
3 demons.
3 demons? Are you sure it's not 2 and one of them was just a really ugly log?
Nope, it was 3.
Damn.
And they pick up one of them, and they interrogate him using Wonder Woman's new power. There are jazz hands going on right now that you can't see. So, her very exciting new power leads us to find out that his name is... Sorry, I'm going to need to read from my notes here. Abnegazar, who is one of the Demon 3. Demons 3, who are fictional characters in the DC universe. They often go along with Felix Faust.
Felix
they
Fawcett.
have 3 famous artifacts. It's not really important, but the big deal is that 1 billion years ago, they ruled the galaxy, and until they were banished by beings known as the Timeless Ones. So, apparently they went to hell. Which tells us that a demon is a human or other sentient creature, and it can be any sin. So, all beings in the galaxy, at least, go to hell.
Demons.
And you don't have to be human, Atlantean, or Themysciran. So that means that. And also, it means that you get turned into a demon if you're in hell long enough. So it means that the species barrier in hell is malleable,
well,
which is kind of cool.
Maybe that's what just happens when you, like, become a sinner or whatever. You just end up looking like that little fucking thing.
Well, because, no, Mr. Abnegazar says that he's a demon. He goes, I might go to hell and become a demon.
Oh, right, yeah. He was very, very fantastically sarcastic about all that.
He was pretty great. Oh no, you might kill me and I'll go to hell. That was great.
What a beautiful little guy he was.
He was pretty great.
How happy and carefree.
So he's the standout character of the show.
Yeah.
Not show.
So after all
episode.
that conversation.
Yeah. So they interrogate him. They find out where Felix Faust is. They have him take him there, and then he asks to be let go because he's a demon and the truth hurts.
That was so cute. He was like, it's because I'm a demon. The truth hurts. He was so sad about that. He's like, come on, let me go, man. This sucks.
Yeah, that was sweet. That was such great writing. And then they followed up with another great writing where Hawkgirl thinks to ask, "Is there anything else we should know?" Which he doesn't give a useful answer. He should have given a useful answer. But it was okay. It was a smart enough question. So, they go there, and they go into the library, and Felix Faust is just reading. He's having the time of his life. These books are so awful that they make the Necronomicon look like a Girl Scout manual.
Yeah! They even show, like, one of what looked like the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
From
actually,
Evil
they did
Dead.
have a book that was specifically made to look like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead.
Yeah, it had the face, the fucking stitched eyes. It was fucking creepy looking. Like, Jesus, all hell.
Yeah, the library's pretty creepy. It's actually lit by flaming skeletons.
Really nice touch.
Yeah.
It really brings out the decaying flesh very well.
Yeah, it gives it a nice vibe. I really think sit down and study there.
That's the feeling I get, right?
Yeah. So, it's super creepy. And they try and sneak up on Felix Faust, but he can't be snuck up on. So that doesn't go well for them.
He's kind of like all-powerful at the moment.
In the third part of our 3-beat, he is so uninterested in them, he just flicks his hand and sends them away to go back to his book. Even replying, "Damn, I lost my place."
Yeah!
Which is not the normal response to two of the most powerful beings in the universe.
He just cannot be bothered.
So,
I am just having such a good book right now.
So this is the third bit of the 3-beat of his overconfidence. The first one was with Tala, no negative repercussions. The second one was with the Amazonians, no negative repercussions.
Right.
And the third one was this, where he sends them to the same place as Hades, which is a huge mistake that's going to bite him in the ass. If he'd sent them somewhere else, it would have been a much easier life for him. So, or just sent them into the sun, you know.
Just kind of launched them out there.
Yeah.
I guess he just assumed that the same punishment that Hades was getting, they would get too.
Yeah.
What was that? Who got that one? That was
Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus.
His punishment is a reference to Prometheus. We'll get there in a second, though. So, they go there, and they're cold. Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl banter about looks, and it's just bad writing.
Wait, no. This is one of my favorite scenes, though.
Really?
Yeah, because this shows the progression of their attitude toward each other. Is that they're not scowling, they're not, mad, they're kind of playful bickering. They're talking like women, they're not talking like mortal enemies anymore.
I think they're talking like...
They're talking like women, which means they're relating. It means that they're having a little bit more in common than they did before.
But the dialogue is so wooden. And women don't talk like that.
But that's the thing, though. They're comfortable. They're in their element of fighting, and they're comfortable.
Okay, I'm gonna go with you, and I'm gonna take it in the spirit of how it was meant.
Oh, fuck God. It's just like, I love the way that they talked like that, because it was very, they'd just gotten fucking sent through a vortex of evil or whatever, and Hawkgirl was complaining because Wonder Woman doesn't sweat. And, like, that's such a superhero thing to happen. Like, you know, Superman was complaining about there being traffic. And Hawkgirl's complaining about Wonder Woman not sweating when they were just thrown into hell. Just
Okay,
like,
I kind of see your point there.
How funny is that?
That's funny. So, he sends them to the same place as Hades, which is bad writing, because I guess they didn't have enough time in this episode to have them find Hades.
Oh. Well, once again, didn't you say that's just his overconfidence?
That's how I'm viewing it.
Yeah, he didn't give literally two shits about any of that.
Yeah. I think... Whatever. So, this is stupid. Let them find it intelligently, though. And make Wonder Woman grow by admitting she needs the help, instead of having her just stumble along to Hades.
I feel like where and how they found it was an okay thing.
I really didn't like it. It actually knocks down the episode probably a place for me.
I don't know. I very much disagree. Like, what happened with it was very it was just like, you know, you had so much that happened in the episode, you might as well.
Well, whatever. I'll accept it. So
I'll accept it.
So, Hades is being punished like Prometheus. Basically, he's chained to a rock, and vultures are coming to eat him. So, I'm sure everything's going great for him.
Nothing new, you know.
So,
just your average day by day.
Yeah. So, Wonder Woman rescues and insults Hades, and then Hades takes them back to the library. They burn it down, which Felix Faust is just not happy about.
They burn it down.
He tries to run to save his books, but Hades attacks him. Wonder Woman tries to use the same tactics as in Hawk and Dove, but it has the same results. Oh, sorry, the same tactics that worked in Hawk and Dove, but Felix Faust has fixed the armor. The situation looks bad, but Hades distracts Felix long enough for Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl to defeat him. Defeat the Annihilator using the mace.
Annihilator!
Yeah. Yeah, the Annihilator does need its own theme song.
Oh my god, yeah. The giant fucking... I love that, though. And she picks it up and she's like, I'm a lot stronger than she is. Which is very true. It is. But it was just very funny, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit.
So, he defeats... So they both defeat Felix Faust because of the mace. Hawkgirl is knocked out and Wonder Woman helps her up in a nice moment. Good writing on them patching things up. You know, they talk... They refer back again to their earlier conversation about sweating. They both act maturely. As it Hawkgirl says, like, oh, I guess I was wrong, you do sweat. It was a nice moment. That was good writing. So Hades is pretty okay about his library being burned down, even though it had the lost books of Herculeum in it, which is a priceless treasure. Seriously.
All that good shit going down.
The library at Herculeum was supposed to be very impressive, but that's not important.
Yes. Maybe the Library of Alexander.
Yeah, I think it was like one of those lost libraries, like the Library of Alexandria. I'm pretty sure it was a real place. It sounded right.
I'd believe it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. They recovered this library. It's a real place, and it's a pretty fantastic library, like the Library of Alexandria, which was lost into sea. So, but he's okay with it, because he has a new hobby. Torturing Felix Faust.
Yeah, torturing this piece of shit.
Our hero! Hades tells Wonder Woman that he is her father. Well, kind of. He, sculpted her.
Yeah. Which I took that as a reference to them making love.
Oh, they did that too, I think.
It was kind of like, we sculpted you. Oh, we sculpted you, all right.
Yeah, he sculpted you like the stork, and just nobody told Wonder Woman that people aren't born by sculpting. Is that like the Themysciran version of the stork?
People aren't born by
And just
storks.
nobody's told Wonder Woman that is not how she was born?
That's pretty funny.
It might well be that.
Yeah. They carry on, though,
Yeah.
and then
So-
fly off into the distance.
So Hawkgirl wants Wonder Woman to use the lasso on him to find the truth, but Wonder Woman doesn't care.
Yeah.
Family is about more than blood.
And that was
about-
another thing.
That's good writing.
She was very forward in attempting to have Wonder Woman find out the truth. And she wanted to help out Wonder Woman. She
Yep.
wanted to help her friend.
You're right. That was a good moment of friendship. I also really like Wonder Woman's speech about how family is more than blood. It's about who raised her and taught her and her values. It's a nice statement on motherhood.
It was the progression
Of her character.
friendship and talking and stuff.
And this Wonder Woman's character development was kind of complete, but this really brought her up a little higher. She's an even better character now. She's grown and learned from her mistakes again, and that's what makes Wonder Woman really, I think so far, the standout character of this show, is that how often she's grown and learned from her mistakes.
Well, we've had more character development for her than really any other character
Yeah.
on the show.
I think so. So, it's a nice statement on motherhood. And it... Oh, no, that's not true. So they close the door on Tartarus, and the Amazons all cheer her return.
Yay!
Yay! And there was much rejoicing. They even hold a feast.
And then they ate his minstrels.
Yes. There's a nice moment between Wonder Woman and Hippolyta about where basically Hippolyta says, I'm going to have dinner with my daughter, and the gods can mess with me
Gods can go fuck
if they have a
themselves.
problem with it, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So, and basically, Hawkgirl and Wonder Woman then establish the new oil. They're like oil and vinegar. They don't mix, but they go well together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's nice. And then they go fly off into the distance, and that's how we close our episode.
Dun, 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 dun. I guess. I
So,
don't know. And then there's a little shot of the thing on a pedestal that kind of looks like it might be Don Quixote, but you know.
I don't see that. I mean, they do at one point mention it's like Pierre Menard's Don Quixote.
They reference Don
Right.
Quixote, and it like, oh my god, it totally looks like him. I don't know.
Pierre Menard wrote, claimed that he wrote Don Quixote when he didn't. Cervantes wrote it.
What a bitch.
So I guess this was saying in the DC universe, Pierre Menard actually wrote Don Quixote, and Cervantes stole his work, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little funny, like, you know, what if thing.
Yeah. It's nice there. And then I guess it would kind of fit in with that and the donkey on there. But I think that was just like Minerva on a horse. Or Poseidon or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
So, I also... let's see. So what do you think on the big question? Do you think you can make a coherent theology out of all the little bits and pieces we got?
Fuck no. Absolutely not. There's no connections going on that, like, legitimately work.
I think I kind of stitched together something, but I'm not sure I could go all the way to call it coherent.
Stitched together would make more sense than, like, actually saying you've done something. Because, I mean, like, what we have here is most definitely a patchwork of fucking religion.
Yeah, it's a patchwork of religions, and the DC Universe theology is kind of a mess. But I had fun trying to go through it, and I like my God contracts Hades theory.
That I totally heard and wasn't busy at the moment doing something.
Yes. So, I think that'd be kind of fun if the Almighty Hashem did send out contracts like anyone on Craigslist.
The
Needed.
Almighty
Ruler of
Hashem.
hell. Requirements. Must be some sort of deity. Must like dark spaces. Into torture. Not evil.
Into torture. Also 420 friendly.
Yeah.
And it was just like, everything was really good up until that last one. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the Kwanzaa, or I don't know what
The Kwanzaa demon.
Kwanzaa demon. I have absolutely no idea if there's any kind of like related god in terms of Kwanzaa, but
No, there isn't. It's
probably
like a liberation holiday. Like
right.
Juneteenth.
It doesn't have any religious.
I think it's like about moral.
Culture.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know what Kwanzaa's about.
Yeah, look at
I'm
us
sorry if I've
knowing
offended
things before
somebody.
we talk about them.
Somebody
That good
explained
old
it to me
person.
once. I know there's a menorah and there's 7 days and each day is represented by a virtue.
I'm sorry, what?
They have like a 7-day menorah. It's in between Christmas, so the 26th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 30th, 31st, and the 1st.
Oh
It's
my
7
God.
days.
So they made a joke about this in Futurama, and I thought they were kidding.
What?
There's actually a menorah?
There's a menorah. There's a Kwanzaa menorah.
Everything just rips off of Judaism.
Yeah.
The Kwanzaa
Yeah, all the Abrahamic religions rip us off, but it's okay.
us.
Because they also sometimes don't kill us, which we appreciate.
Wait, we have holidays for that?
That's like all of the Jewish holidays.
Yeah. They tried to kill
They're
us.
dead, we're not.
Yeah, let's eat.
They're dead, we're not, let's eat.
Yep, there you go.
So, that's pretty much Judaism 101. Also, and Happy Not Genocided Day.
Happy we all managed to survive day.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So, I think that's what I have to say on the theology here.
Eh.
You have any last bits to add?
Enjoy whichever religion you aim to choose. Just as long as it doesn't harp down on any other people's and inhibit their fucking rights, you piece of shit.
Good statement of Western values. So,
Thank you.
where do you put this, Elliot?
I would put this very high, actually.
Okay.
If you want to bring up that thing again that I always forget to... There we go. Okay, let me... Oh, nice. Spot on. I actually really enjoyed this episode. I really did. Not even gonna kidding. I would put this above Wake the Dead, maybe above the Once and Future thing, but I would. It fits nicely at number 5.
At number 5?
Number 5.
Okay. And it's in. So,
No balance.
dun dun dun. So, let's see. I really like this episode too. I love all the character development. And I love that at the end they don't love each other. They still don't really like each other, but they can tolerate each other. It was an astounding amount of maturity.
I don't know.
For
I feel
a kid
like
show.
They've become understanding.
They understand
care
each other.
For each other.
They have an understanding, but they're never going to be friends, and they're okay with that.
What?
They're not friends.
Not what I got from that end.
Oil and vinegar. We don't mix.
Well, they have an understanding. But they go well together.
They go well together.
Oh, I don't know. I got that as loving, as not loving, but like comforting, understanding. They're friends. They're not, they're not comrades. Really, they're friends.
I'm gonna actually also put this at number 5, below Initiation. I think it was good, but I think it was better than the Cat and Canary. But I don't think it was good enough to be above the Initiation, which was just such a good start off to this season. A lot of fun. So,
Yes.
that's where I put it.
I really am looking forward to, like the recap, because I really want to reassess every single one that I have. I'm totally not against rewatching every episode.
Yeah. Also, people, apparently Young Justice might come back. So
Didn't we talk about this
everybody
last time?
should watch Young Justice on Netflix because they're watching the streaming statistics to decide. There's also a hashtag if you're on Twitter. It's hashtag Justice, Young Justice Season 3, I think. So, you should do that.
I know I will. Lord knows I will. So good.
Yeah. Okay. So, any last words for people, Elliot?
Oh, I thought those were the last words. I said the same thing about the religions and the love and stuff.
Ah, okay.
True love conquers all with guns.
I'm just gonna say stay beautiful, folks.